You're pissed off. And you want to make her feel the exact same way that she made you feel. You want her to regret ever ripping your heart out of your chest. I know. Because I wanted the same thing. That's because you're feeling Welcome to the Man Enough to Heal, Hold Enough to Love channel. I'm Russell B. Rogers, relationship recovery coach, and I have lived through the pain. Here you know we talk and keep it real about love, loss, masculinity, accountability, and the journey to becoming whole again. Because when you're man enough to heal, you become whole enough to love. When it comes to the devastating loss of a relationship, it can feel like somebody ripped their heart out your chest, threw it on the ground, and broke it into a million pieces. A lot of people love to discuss the surface level side of what happens when it's over, but they fail to mention the residue that it leaves behind. The anger, the grief, the things that you're left alone to deal with. You see, what you're feeling right now is the exact same way that I felt back when my divorce happened in 2022. I felt hurt, anger, and even emptiness. What I want to first get you to understand is this. Whenever you go through something such as a long-term breakup or even a divorce for that matter, it is a very traumatic experience. And when something very traumatic happens, it brings about traumatic emotional experiences. And the wrong thing to do is to keep those emotional traumatic experiences bottled up inside of you, because it becomes very hard and very difficult and even diabolical even when it comes to processing those in a healthy way. Anger stands for avoiding necessary grief while expecting revenge. These are the emotions that you continue to let build up and hold on to because of fear. And when fear and anger collide, you get destruction. Because you see, anger in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's an emotion that we all experience from time to time. But you see, the difference between who you are and who you want to become lies in the way that you can handle your anger. I want to take a quick second to really help you to understand who you're looking at. You see, you're looking at someone that was very, very emotionally unstable when it came to dealing and processing my anger in a very healthy way. You're looking at someone that allowed people's reactions to dictate my actions. Someone who lacked the emotional strength to handle emotionally charged conversations and situations. Someone who lacked the emotional strength to handle emotionally charged situations and conversations and recover from them. And once I identified this weakness that I had to improve on, now anger becomes something that I experience and not something that I become. And so one of the ways that I want to share with you that helped me to overcome this is I realized that I cannot control people's reactions, only I can control my actions. And when you realize this, what this does is remove the power that you give people and places it back into your own hands. So now that you can deal with situations in a healthy way, because you're no longer focusing on how they're acting, but you're concentrating on how you're responding. Another thing that helped me to achieve this that I want to share is I begin to remove all expectations, especially silent expectations, from people. Because when you begin to place expectations in people, it's going to inevitably always end up in disappointment, and that disappointment then leads to anger. All you can do is expect to show up authentically you, and the person that you're getting to know on the other side of that, they will reveal their true selves, whether it's good or bad, in due time when they get comfortable with you. And you also have to remove those silent expectations, because you can't expect people to show up for you the same way you show up for them. All you can do is hope that they do, because while they may not show up for you how you expected them to, they will always reveal their true identity once they get comfortable with you. Now, when it comes to grief, this is a very important topic that I experienced and I know all too well. And now, if I had to share a key piece of advice about grief, it would be this. Grief has no time limit. It is uncontrollable, and it comes without warning. And the more you try to control it, the more it will control you. And the deeper and deeper you will sink into it, and the harder and harder it will be to come out of it. Grief is absolutely necessary for the human body, because what's happening is when you go through the stages of grief, it's shedding the past to prepare you for the future, because you can't see a clear future with a muddy past. And so the wrong thing to do when you experience any stage of grief is to suppress it and not allow yourself to grow through it, because what's happening is you're rejecting your body from releasing the mental, emotional toxicity that your nervous system, mind, and heart experienced. So the key takeaway here is when any stage of grief comes upon you, don't be afraid to go to a quiet place or remove yourself and spend some quiet time alone and allow yourself to feel and allow yourself to lean in to what you're feeling, because in order to heal, you must feel. Look, I can bet at some point in your journey in life that you've struggled with knowing just who you are. You felt alone, you felt lonely, and you felt like you had no sense of direction. And that's exactly how I felt. And sometimes that even holds true after you get out of a bad breakup or while you're currently in a relationship. I know that was one of my biggest struggles of navigating the terrain of a relationship and a breakup. But through my experiences, through my healing, through my own journey, I've come up with a solution that I believe today is going to take you to the next level. The Power of You ebook is an ebook that I've created that will help men just like you to uncover the layers of obscurity in your life to identify and pinpoint just who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're headed. So check this out. I put down the link in the description below. And if you're tired, if you're struggling, if you're not quite sure just who you are, it's time to get your power back. It's time. It's time for you to go to the next level. It's time for you to understand just how valuable you are and the gifts and the talents that you bring to this world. So don't wait. Don't delay. Your future self will thank you. So order yours today. You don't want to wait. You don't want to delay. If you felt alone, if you felt lonely, if you felt like an outcast, or just had questions about just who you are, this is the solution to the problem that you've been searching for weeks, for months, and for years. So order yours today because it's time to take back your power. The second piece of advice that I want to give to you in regards to dealing with grief is don't reject those moments when people are asking you, are you okay? Because when you deny how you feel, you're suppressing the grief from coming up and out of you, and that's exactly what we want. But the key thing is to make sure that the person that's asking you, are you okay, is a person that you can fully trust. Because the last thing that you want to do is give a piece of you away to somebody that's too fragile to handle you, because they can and will break you. So watch the company that you keep and the people that you decide to be vulnerable with. I've experienced the deepest, darkest depths of both anger and grief, and I've made it to the other side to tell you that you can too. Because if I can do it, so can you. And if you're struggling in the area of anger or grief, and you're looking for coaching, guidance, or mentorship to become the man that you know you can be, and you need some help to get there, I put the link down in the description box below to schedule your free strategy session with me today. And let's see how I can serve you. Let's see how I can take you from grief to greatness. Now, you may be feeling lost or even confused after it's over. I know for me, that is the exact same way that I felt. And if that's you, click this video right here, and I'll see you over there.